in a world crying out for a top 10 show. John Roca and Matt Nost are here to bring you the top 10. Take it away, boys. Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of the Top 10 Show. I am John Roca.
I am Matt Nost.
And we're recording on this nice new equipment of ours, trying it out. So this is our debut episode. Not going to reveal what the equipment is, but very nice. We're kind of moving up in the world here, Matt, a little bit.
Reinvestment into the show, thanks to the lovely people that have come out to see us live.
Yes.
And to support us on patreon.com/the top 10, or have gone to spreadshirt.com/the top 10 and picked up a shirt over there.
Yeah, because we put up so many great designs.
Why
Matt
not?
Nost.
When was the last time? Why is that my fault? That is between the two of us, and both of us
I don't know.
have not started that conversation either way. So that is a two-way street, my friend.
I guess so. I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who's incumbent anyway. On anyone in particular.
I'm going to use the stand. The mic stand. See if it holds. Anyway, yeah, so today, listen, we've had a couple of technical difficulties that are my fault, and I've had a couple of sleepless nights over it, so I think we figured it out. We're fine now. This is, like I said, we got our new technology here. We're going to try to do this episode. And we've got shout-outs coming up later on, and this is a Patreon episode. David Mitchell Baker, is that correct?
Yeah, he submitted. He gave us our last one. We recorded an entire show.
Yeah.
We won't say what it is because we'll probably end up using it again at some point.
Absolutely.
But I will say that a movie finally made it onto a list, and I think that's why John got rid of the show.
I think it was more your Leonardo DiCaprio story.
It was wish fulfillment for me, and you took it away. You're like, hey, another problem over here. Like, I thought you checked it after the show. Nope, problem over here.
Yeah, that was all on me, and a situation going on there. But but it'll find its way back onto another show, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's got to be a long time.
It's the Matt Damon of the Jimmy Kimmel situation. It just keeps it's on
It's gonna
deck.
come up. It's gonna come up that much.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's got to be a while.
You think so? You think before we do another
Of that? Yeah,
comedy
I think so.
thing? Okay.
Look, only 4 people know what it is in the world.
That's
Us,
true.
Mr. Alexakos, Chris Alexakos, that helps us with this, and of course, David Mitchell Baker himself.
That's right, David Mitchell.
So
Baker.
lips are sealed, fellas. Lips are sealed.
All right, so today we are doing the top 10 Jack Black films. This is, as we said, recommended by David Mitchell Baker. He is a Patreon. If you want to be a Patreon of ours and be able to pick a topic that we do on an entire show and have your list read off, which we're going to do at the end of the show for David, you can go to www.patreon.com/the top 10 and the number 10 there and go to the upper tier, the Boss Hog level. That's where you can suggest a topic. And we're trying to do one Patreon topic every month to respect our Patreon fans who submit topics over time and support the show at the level that they do.
That was beautiful.
I got it all out.
That was beautiful.
I got it all out. It ain't the intro of how we do the show, but I got that one all out.
You just look so tired and spent by the end of that. You just verbal diarrhea for the last sentence and a half.
I was like, am I getting everything?
I don't know. It's just the top tier. You get everything for the top tier that you can have at the top.
At the top
At
tier.
the top when you're doing Boss Hog.
Sometimes I'll just keep talking until the right sentence comes
Pick
out.
a topic and topic. Anyway,
I'm not the biggest Jack Black fan, yet I was crazy surprised that I was able to find 10. I was very surprised because I'm not the biggest Jack Black fan. I want to say that from the offset again.
legitimately, there was 11 or 12.
For you, right off the bat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's kind of where it landed, too. Because certain ones that may make your list, I think there's one in particular I've never seen all the way through.
Oh, okay.
And another one wasn't my cup of tea. I don't ever go back to revisit it.
Okay.
But beyond that, it's just like, you know what? I like him in this. I like him in this. I tried to stick with, on my list, where he has actual bigger parts.
Okay.
There are a couple exceptions, but by and large, it was like, I'm going to honor when he's kind of, leading or co-leading or whatever a movie.
Yeah.
Try and get as much of him on my list, so to speak.
Right.
As opposed to cherry picking and be like, this is a great movie and he had a tiny part in it.
Yeah.
I did do that once.
I did that once as well.
Yeah.
Because there's one, that did make my list that I really wanted to put on my list, but because he had a smaller part, I couldn't put him on my list.
Yeah.
There's one I put on the list, but because I had to put on the list, but I kind of didn't want to put on the list, but I did it.
I love, we don't often do the full-on preview of the list before we get to the list. Yeah, this is inside analysis, us doing color commentary on our own list. Anyway.
How about that? All right, should we get into it?
Yeah,
you
sure.
Tell
Why
me how
not?
the show works?
Once David Mitchell Baker set a topic, we go our individual ways and create personal top 10 lists. Show back up here. I do my bottom 3. He does his bottom 3. I do my next 2. He does his next 2. Then we trade one apiece. Once we have revealed our personal top 10 lists, we create the shows between the two of us.
Boom.
And then at the end, we will go through DMB's list.
That's right. He's got that status now.
DMB, why not?
Damn.
David Mitchell Baker?
Dave Matthew Band status? That's respect. Okay.
I'm just saying, it's easier to say. Rattle off. He's DMB. He's DMB.
DMB. All right. Let's do this. What's your number 10?
So at 10, so here's probably the most glaring of what I just said. I'm only taking small part, which is Anchorman.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Because he's got a million movies. He's the motorcyclist that kicks his dog off over.
With the burrito. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Just so stupid.
What's your problem, man? Yeah.
He's got a ton of small parts and a ton of different projects.
Yes, he does.
So of these smallest parts, this one is my favorite of of any of those movies.
Okay.
So the fact that you were in it, you signed up, you showed up in San Diego on that bridge. I know that bridge.
He did.
So
Was it really in San Diego?
Yeah.
Is that bridge in San Diego?
That bridge is in San Diego. If you're heading over to Coronado, I believe that was the Coronado Bridge.
Oh, nice.
If I had to guess.
Oh, yeah. That's how the other half lives. All right, I respect that.
Well, it's like half a
go to
naval
Coronado,
base.
anyway.
Basically, it's a bunch of naval officers live on a nice island. There's a Hotel del Coronado.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice area.
Yeah, sounds like, yeah.
It's pricey to live on.
That's what I said, the other half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not on your end, but certainly the other half on my end. That's for sure. I don't go hang around the pricey places. Matt knows.
To me is the age I am still.
Yeah.
It's a boring place because there's not that much to do. But if I was old and retired, like if I lived close enough, you could walk down, you can do all these things.
Yeah.
That is one nice thing about our new place. We can walk and go grab some food or walk to the grocery store.
Yeah, it's great, right? It's nice to have that.
Yeah. I've never lived anywhere where I genuinely could just go and do that.
Yeah, we were, when she had her place in El Segundo, we could do that. It was nice.
Okay.
Here, we can kind of do that, but it's not really the inclination to do that. So
No.
that's kind of messed with our walking time. So, yeah. So I hear what you're saying.
Just south of you is like, yes, that's a nice street.
Yeah.
But there's nothing for you.
Right.
It's businesses and high end this or whatever that is.
Yeah. There's a Trader Joe's is a few blocks away. It's a nice, healthy walk, but why? It's a different.
Well, if it's only a
situation.
couple blocks away.
It's a few.
What does a few mean? How far are we talking
10.
about?
10 to 12. 10 to 12. It's over there by La Cienega.
Since when does few cover all the way up to 10, 12? I think the story is growing in proportion. I'm going to look on Google Maps.
In LA, it's 10 to 12.
In what, the
Blocks
rest
is
of the
a few.
world?
In New York, 20 to 30 is a few blocks.
I think it just depends.
That's what I'm saying. A large city changes your perspective on what a few blocks is. Not that LA isn't a large city, but it's more of a spread out city.
Hey, well, it just depends on what you're defining as a block in this context. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because in certain areas, blocks are much longer than.
Yeah. I think it's also what you're walking on, too. Like, I hated walking to the Grove from my place, that old place, because I had to walk on Fairfax with all the dirt and the homeless people and the
Dude, that is
hate
like a
that.
7-minute walk.
7 blocks. How many blocks is it?
Yeah, but one actual city block.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then all the small little
Yeah, that's what it's
in
a block,
between, like
yeah.
7 little streets. That's like a 7
7
minute walk.
blocks?
7, 8 minute walk.
That's a lot.
It's not that bad.
That's a lot. That's a
It's
while.
not that bad. I'm making like a 15-minute walk if I want to go to one supermarket. I'll do that. I got one of those little old lady carts. Oh my god! And it's pretty sweet. Oh, dude, take that down to like Pasadena swap meet. That thing is awesome to have.
I would never go to the Pasadena swap meet.
Dude, it's so much fun.
Yeah, great. You can take Lily. She always wants to go all the time. Not my jam, buddy.
It's
I did it once, never the fuck again.
if you
It's so hot.
well, it's true. You can't go when it's super hot. That's unfortunately that's the one time you went. It's unfortunate because you can walk around like we've done it before, my wife and I, where you don't have a specific idea. It's like let's try and just go find something for the house because we don't have that much.
Right.
And whatever sparks up, and we've gotten some random really cool shit.
Yeah.
But you just kind of got to go to soak up. What are we here for? Okay, we're staying in the furniture section, or
Yeah.
staying in going over to t-shirts. I don't do that all that often. I've done it a couple times, but not really.
T-shirts, right on.
Yeah, trying to find some basketball.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
you like doing that shit, the obscure basketball
Yeah,
shit.
sometimes you can get a good one, or like I got a Bears Super Bowl one for I think I paid $8.
Right on.
But it's vintage. Fits me perfect.
$8, nice.
$8, yeah. Some people know what they have.
Do you know if you're a medium or a small?
Depends on when it was manufactured.
Wow. Like when?
Yes.
Interesting. Where's the line?
From
What
the
year is
80s,
the line?
80s through early 90s, I'm a large.
You're a large.
I'm a large.
Fuck me. I
Yeah.
guess we were thinner back then.
They made
As a
smaller
country.
shirts.
Yeah.
Like, you know that Larry Bird shirt that I have?
Yeah.
The gray one?
Of course.
I don't
I know
wear it
all
all
your
that
shirts
often
by now.
because I learned my lesson there. You have to take a measurement from the back collar down to the bottom hem.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, Salem Sportswear, their larges,
Yeah.
they only made them 24 to 25 inches. Oh. Which my torso, so that cuts off at like my belt line, and
Yeah.
my belt line hangs on my hips or whatnot. So if I lift my arms a little bit, it's like, hello, belly button. Every time. It's like, I can't wear this. Whose torso is this made for?
Fair enough.
Were we just tiny little people?
Yeah.
30
guess
years
so.
ago?
I think so. We were thinner, tinier people.
Or were we just higher waists?
Yeah, maybe that too.
I don't know.
I don't know. We weren't wearing long shorts in the 80s, that's for sure. Like
Yeah.
those Michigan shorts.
I remember my mom when I was a kid. She
Yeah.
pulled my pants up to my belly button and weights like check how.
That's right.
But I always wore it on my hips.
Oh, you always did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You always gangsters is what you're saying. You was always
no, it's just where everybody wears their shorts now. That's since I was a kid.
not the McHale.
I hated it. Do you ever do the belly button? I hated it.
When I was younger, yeah.
Oh, it drove me
'Cause
nuts.
It's what I had to do. With tighty whities too. I fucking hated wearing those motherfuckers. I had to wear that when I was young.
All the way up to navel.
Kinda, yeah, right below the belly button. Yeah.
God, man, that's
I know I hated it.
yeah, that's brutal.
That was what the stuff with him, I was a big fucking nerd back then. So it's like that's what I did. But like 15, 16, and everything changed at that point. That was wearing things differently at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, I started wearing boxers in 8th grade.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was a revolution. It's like, oh, maybe it was 7th grade. It was one of the two. I know it was junior high.
Boxer briefs are mine. I can't do boxers. Free balling with thighs this thick, swinging your balls wrong and getting them caught, not a good thing.
I've had that happen.
So yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm saying sitting down, I've had that happen.
That's what I'm saying. But with boxer briefs, it never happens for me.
It's
So-
only happened like twice ever.
well, still twice as you never know where those times are going to happen.
It's true.
You could be on a date.
True.
You could be in an interview.
Dude, worst I ever got.
Okay.
Similar to this, but not really.
All right.
So I had this big sectional couch in college when it went with us for 3 years. And it was just gnarly by the end of 3 years, right?
yeah.
So there's a recliner, the two ends reclined. And I was sitting on the edge of the recliner, getting ready, like literally where your femur meets your hips.
Yeah.
Right there. So I was sitting there, but I was going to scoot in.
By the way, for those who are listening to the podcast, Matt is
I'm doing
reenacting
it.
He's
I'm doing it. Just trying to help you.
Yeah, thank you.
But
Visually.
if I'm not selling it correctly,
Yeah, fair enough.
allow me to
No,
know. So
I got
anyway,
you. Yeah.
knees perched up,
Yeah.
getting ready to push myself back, arm back, like whatever, on the left-hand
Right,
armrest
right.
side. And my roommate kicks a soccer ball from the kitchen and just rifles it down, and it presses my berries right up against the
Holy
couch.
shit.
And shot off. I was like, oh my God.
Holy shit.
I had gone through everything to protect them. You know what I mean? Tucking on the outside and then slipping back. Because I knew if you get into a recliner wrong,
Oh, yeah.
just boom, go back. And it's just like, it's no good.
It's game over.
And it just, you caught me in the split second. We're just doing simultaneous action. He doesn't think he's kicking it
Right.
that hard, that like direct shot. And it was down a shotgun hallway. Like it went 7-8 feet dead straight.
Wow.
It's the only way it was getting through. It's like, you motherfucker.
Yikes, man.
Yeah, I think I went like 2 times ever where I really racked. Yeah, I got a volleyball spiked in my huevos in 6th grade.
I've been kicked in a soccer game
Okay.
in the nuts. That was the worst. Like sliding for a ball, like you're sliding on defense.
Sure.
And then they just kick to kind of, you're just like, oh my God. I don't know if I've ever had anything dropped on them. I've had the knee when you're in bed with your girlfriend and cuddling up.
Oh my God.
The knee sliding up and slamming your balls.
Dude.
That I've had a few times.
I dated
Or
a
a
girl.
number of times.
I dated a girl that she liked to do that, but she was also like she was really not ticklish, but she
Oh.
would spark certain times. One night, 4 times. And we finally got to, and I was like, I am so,
Yeah.
like, I'm out of it. You took it out of me.
Yeah.
I can't, unfortunately, it's
Fuck
damaged
that
goods.
noise. Oof.
Yeah.
Lindley's done it a couple of times when we've been in bed and she'd be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, it's not a joke.
It's just pain since memory now. I'm like, ooh.
I told you the Shannon story, right? When he gets drunk, he likes to ball punch.
Yeah. Yeah, and I told you, he's not your friend anymore.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
I kicked his shin like crazy.
We're adults. We're adults.
Exactly.
Did I ever tell you the story where I ruptured one of my brother's nuts?
Fuck, what?
Okay, this is a good story.
I'm sorry to everybody.
Sorry.
I'm cussing so much.
My brother, he occasionally listens to the show. Perhaps he'll listen to this one. I know his son may. So he's heard this story before.
Yeah.
So my brother comes up and he's like, "Hey, I got a new game we can play." And I'm like, "Okay, what's the game?"
Smash my balls.
Well, I think I was 6 or 7, which makes him 9 or 10,
Okay.
and something along those lines. But 6 and 9 seems roughly about right.
Okay.
Maybe it was 10. I don't know. And he's like, "It's called G.I. Joe Hang Glider." And I was like, "Okay, I love G.I. Joes." I was like, "Well, what are we doing?" He's like, "What we do is we both lay on our backs with our, feet towards each other. And we scoot up, and you basically kind of do that. It's kind of like when just your back and shoulders up against it, and you're lifting your legs up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of in like almost like you were sitting in a chair, and now you're just on your back, and you're maintaining that position. So you put both your feet pads, the bottom of your feet against each other.
Right.
You have to move it around, and if the other person's foot comes off, they lose.
Right.
So I was like, okay. And he's like, "You want to go first or second?"
Do you press?
Yeah, you're pressed against each other.
Okay.
So it's whoever's foot comes off first.
Right. So you're trying to move with
One
that
person
foot.
one person is leading, the other person is trying to catch it. This is as far as he had thought it out. And he's like, if you lose, you get to kick the other guy in the balls.
Oh, for God's sakes.
And I was like, so he asked me, "Do you want to go first or second?" It's the only mistake he made because he set up a nice little plan. And I was like, "I'll go first." So he's going to be kicked in the balls. I'd rather kick you in the balls. So he did it. His foot comes off, and we're lying on our backs. So then I just cock my right foot or my right leg up to a 90 degree and just bam with my heel into his, huevos. And it just
heel.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It just boom. I think it was my heel. I don't know. I was 6. So I'm guessing. Anyway, somewhere on the bottom of my foot.
Yeah.
But I would assume it was the heel.
Yeah, sounds
Just
like.
doing the motion now. And he rolls off.
Oh.
I think it was on the couch. I think it was on the couch.
Yeah.
He rolls off. My mom comes in, runs in, whatever else. He had to walk like he had just gotten off a horse for the next month because they had to let the swelling go down before they could go in and do anything. For a month. He's just moseying. I just remember walking into TCBY and he was ahead of me.
Country's best yogurt?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I loved it as a kid.
Love TCB.
Loved it as a kid. You get whole M&Ms just right on top.
Man.
This is the shit.
I don't know what. That was better than anything we have
It was
now.
so good.
I can't. Yeah.
I bet you if we eat it now, it probably tastes like shit.
Maybe.
We're used to so much better.
I guess.
But just him ahead of me and just like doing these wide caricature steps like he just gotten off a massive Clydesdale horse for a 4-day ride. It was
Did he
just,
give you dirty looks the whole month?
I'm
was
sure
he over it?
I'm sure I remember. That's the only like truly fresh memory I have, and I will carry with me. You gonna go first or second? I'll go first.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go first.
Yeah.
That was my number 10.
There you go. What's your number 9? Well, we worked in the tangent early. All right.
Yeah, we did. 9 is a pick in I guess Solidarity.
Oh, okay.
Tenacious D, the pick of destiny.
What? With who?
The other Tenacious D.
Fans.
No. TV shows, everything else they put out, kind of an homage to all the rest of that.
I never got Tenacious. I really never got it.
Oh, dude, when I saw their HBO thing, whenever that came out in the 90s, I thought it was brilliant. Just brilliant.
I don't get it. I watched it and I was like, this has got nothing for me.
It doesn't work as effectively now for me because, he's gone on to be a movie star and whatnot. It's the bravado early on of like, this is the greatest song in the world.
Right.
The first time I heard that, it's about a song they forgot what it was. And now this is just a song about the song that is the greatest in the world. So just brilliant from the first time.
Yeah.
My brother hit me to that, I believe. And Pick of Destiny's fine.
Yeah.
It's got enjoyable parts.
Is it an actual movie or is it a faux documentary?
No, it's a full-on movie.
So they're trying to get the song.
No,
the devil or something like that?
that's about the greatest song in the world.
Right,
That's the
okay.
name of that track.
Right, I've heard
Pick
that
of
track.
Destiny is Jack Black moved to L.A. and they form a band with Kyle Gass.
Okay.
And Kyle Gass It, gives them the hi-hat early on.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, he does for the first little bit, and then eventually, Jack sees through his bullshit,
Yeah.
and they become equals, and they figure out that all the best songs that they love were written using this specific pick or whatever,
yeah,
and then they
right.
have to go up against the devil. So it's the devil went down to Georgia
Yeah.
at the end. So I mean, I like the structure of it. It didn't pay off as, I don't know. Once they were on SportsCenter for their music,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, wow, this has really gotten to a level that I never anticipated. I'm not saying I was a devotee, because when it came back around, I was like, oh yeah, Tenacious D.
Right.
I love their HG, but I wasn't one of the people going to the shows and that actually built them up.
You know what I saw last night was the Lonely Island one they have on Netflix about the Bash Brothers.
Oh, is it any good?
Fuck yeah. I mean, if you like their stuff, that's what I'll say.
Okay.
If you like their stuff, you will love this. It is genius because it is basically 25 minutes of music videos with Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco, with Andy Samberg as Jose Canseco and the other guy as Mark McGuire. But it is so funny because they do the premise that they, in the 90s, or in the 80s rather, they were the Bash Brothers, blah, blah, blah. But they also recorded an album of raps, and we've unearthed them for this. And there's music video aspect of it all. Like he's an angel at one point. It is incredible visuals.
Okay.
And so, and the lyrics, the raps are hilarious as hell. And they deal with all the shit, like from the beginning to steroids. And it's brilliant. Like Jenny Slate's in it. Aubrey Plaza's in it. I think Stephanie Beatrice, Maya Rudolph, of course.
Yeah.
And all of Haim, that group Haim, the girl group Haim.
Sure.
They're all
I
in
believe
this
it's
shit.
Chaim.
Oh, is it Chaim? I don't.
Well, they're Jewish, and I believe.
Isn't L'chaim spelled differently? Chaim
Yeah,
versus Chaim?
but Chaim
Oh, maybe
is,
it's pronounced Chaim?
I believe it's pronounced.
Okay.
Well, technically, you could pronounce it Chaim.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm stuck in the Corey Haim place, so that's my fault. So it's Corey Haim is what you're trying to say. Was Corey Jewish?
Maybe after living in LA for long enough, he might have tried that tack at one point. It seemed like he was floundering for a few years there. So
Oh, I'm Corey Haim.
Chaim.
Sorry. What?
Really? Don't remember
Are
that.
you sure?
Yeah, no, I Anglicanized it, for the masses, but I'm really.
Mm-hmm. Corey Shlomo Chaim. Anyway, and it's totally Lonely Island shit. So if you're into it, I would recommend it. It's only 25 minutes.
Well, I mean, I saw his Lance Armstrong thing.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be. I haven't seen that one. That's supposed to be funny.
Didn't he do a tennis one?
The tennis one was fucking genius.
I saw the tennis one.
Yeah, I like the tennis one.
You know, a surprisingly good tennis movie. Did you see that Shia LaBeouf?
No, I want to see that.
Surprisingly good.
Where did you watch it? Is it streaming anywhere?
Dude,
Amazon
I saw
or-
it after it
Oh, okay,
initially started streaming, and that's when I watched it. I couldn't tell you now. So
I
whenever.
might even watch it after this podcast because I've been waiting to watch that one for quite some time. Maybe it's streaming somewhere.
You walk out and you're going, all right,
Yeah, yeah.
this was actually pretty good. Couldn't believe it.
Did
Nobody
he
was
do a
really
good
talking about
McEnroe?
it. Yeah, it's a McEnroe, and then
Borg. Bjorn Borg. Right?
yeah, it is Bjorn Borg.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
Bjorn, I didn't know at all, and kind of.
okay.
I mean, I did.
Right.
As a tennis individual, when but I was still a young kid.
Yeah. See, because I'm older than that was my time.
Yeah.
That's when I watched tennis with my dad every Sunday morning, the finals and shit. We'd watch.
You used
the
to watch
tournament.
so much tennis.
Oh yeah, it was the best. And now, like Chang, Becker, Jim Courier,
Yvonne
Agassi.
Lendl.
Yeah, Yvonne Lendl was my guy. Ice Cold, Sampras, all those fucking guys.
Yeah, I remember watching it like Easter at a random family member's house that we just happened to be there for Easter, so we were watching. It had to be Wimbledon, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
But it was Becker
Oh yeah, Boris Becker.
and I can't remember the other dude's name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe it'll come to me later.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I watched a ton as a kid, and then tennis just kind of fell off.
Yep. I mean, the 70s was a time because 70s and early 80s because you got McEnroe, Borg, Jimmy Connors,
Yeah, there's so many different
Vitas Gerulaitis, all those
choices.
people. Yeah.
But now it's Federer, Nadal.
It's
It's a couple
Djokovic.
of guys. Yeah.
And
And Serena on the women's side.
Yeah, it does get boring now. There's not as many characters, not as much fun. And it can't help
Yeah.
it because it's become less Americanized. Like less Americans are successful.
You would assume, though, the talent pool has only gotten richer.
Yes.
Because-
that's thoroughly true.
Yeah. So technically, they're more than likely playing better tennis as an aggregate overall.
Agreed.
Because just you have now even better ways to train, even better ways to do all this stuff. But yeah, the compelling characters, I don't know. Maybe they just don't build them up as well, or we obviously don't care as much.
Yeah. What's your number 8?
8, probably not on your list. Be Kind, Rewind.
Yep, nope, not on my list. I know a lot of people like that film. It was a pleasant film. That's all I would say.
Look, if you go in with that expectation level,
Yeah.
because that's what I assumed, it delivers on that in spades.
Yeah, yep.
So it's Jack Black works at a video store with Mos Def.
Mos Def,
And
yeah.
the dude's like, the video store owner's about to go out or something, and Black gets magnetized and ends up wiping out all the VHS tapes that he comes into contact with.
Right.
So then they have to go, and somebody asks for whatever the first movie was. I can't remember. And they make a shortened version of just recapping with bad effects, and it builds from there. And they make all these fun little loving homages to their favorite movies. Yeah. And they start, the productions build up. It's just a fun idea.
Is Tim Robbins the owner? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Jack Black and Mos Def kind of dominate all my memories of it.
Okay. So they reenact all these movies and their scenes from all these movies.
Yeah, I know Ghostbusters is one. I can't remember the others. It's been a long time. I just remember that and just the build up. It's like it delivers on what it asks of you as a viewer. Yeah. And it's nice to see Jack Black in something. I've always liked Mos Def.
Yeah, Mos Def's great.
He is.
When he gets a chance to act, he's always good.
I think he's retired from acting.
Yeah. I love that. I love that people just go, you know what? I did it. I had a few films. I'm good. I'm going to move on.
Yeah. Well, he was from music anyway.
But you leave a legacy of people going like, well, he was actually good.
He was.
Like, that's the rarity that you get to go in there, do a foray, do your thing, and then walk out. Like, I doubt we'll ever see Eminem act in anything ever again.
At this point, no.
Right. I mean, like, he had the film, 8 Mile. That's it. I'm good. I'm rolling. Prince is the one who held on too long.
It's such a weird... Like, once you get to our age, imagine being Eminem at that point. Like
48-50 at Eminem.
48-50.
You shouldn't be rapping at 48-50.
It's what I think of every time there's like a professional athlete, especially within basketball, and they're getting ready to retire, like Vince Carter. And you're like, yeah, but does it ever dawn on you that for 21 years, your job attire has been a jersey? You know what I mean? It's like such a weird...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And now you're leaving that behind, but also the identity of that... and it's weird and it's unique. It's somewhat kind of juvenile, but at the same time, something we all aspire to on some level for whatever field you're trying to do. I don't know. It's really interesting.
Well, I mean, I think that's where the inadvertent policies of David Stern to make them wear suits in the 90s, to make them has kind of paid dividends because now businesses...
True.
Products, they look at their athletes in these suits and they go, oh, this could be a spokesperson. Maybe we could get this person, if they do some kind of studying or whatever, we could get them on our board or on our business. There's
for sure
possibilities here. A lot of these, they transition into the, into being part of the coaching staff or part of the, NBA and doing, working with the actual NBA offices. So yeah, that's certainly possible. Anyway, so anything else on that?
No.
Okay.
What do you got?
My number 10 is Shark Tale.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I like him in the movie. And it's a Godfather knockoff, and you have Robert De Niro and Will Smith. But I kind of like the charm of this movie. Does it always get there? No. But he does a nice job as that shark. It's such an interesting choice to have a shark who doesn't want to do what a shark does. And I know Bruce did that in Finding Nemo, but Bruce still, when the smell came in there, Bruce lost his shit. This character in Shark Tale legitimately does not want to do what sharks do. And so he's stuck in this place where he wants to go be something else.
Yeah.
But his family is like, you got to follow family business. So an Italian, a mob comedy in essence, an animated mob comedy, but set in the underworld water.
I just haven't.
Did you not see it?
No, I haven't seen it since I saw it. And I don't need to see it again. I walked out just going, sometimes animation is just to make money. Because this was just a cash grab. Let's just steal ideas.
Yeah.
Let's make a generic, underwhelming.
Yeah. They got De Niro, though.
The cast they got is really excellent. Angelina Jolie is the other fish.
Right, Jolie.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have her, Will Smith, De Niro, Jack Black. That's a hell of a cast.
It's a good lineup.
That is a hell of a cast.
Yeah.
And just like, shit, this is what you did with it, because these people don't venture into... I would love to see De Niro in like a Pixar.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Pick one, please.
I'm sure he could be the voice in a Toy Story film.
Or Pacino.
Or Incredibles. He could be a villain in Incredibles.
Sure. I'd love to see Pacino.
I don't know if I want to see Pacino
animated. Oh, come on.
Hoo-ha! He's already animated enough, man. I don't know. Pacino, De Niro, I'd be okay with. That'd be interesting down the road if we have a Pacino De Niro animated movie.
I'd love it.
That would be hilarious.
I'd love
It
it.
could he actually work too? All right. Anyway, my number 9 is one of the smaller parts, but I like this movie a lot and I champion it. The Cable Guy.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's that guy who plays
Yeah.
Ben Stiller's. Matthew Broderick's friend, and trying to tell him like Jim Carrey's crazy. You shouldn't be around the guy, and he's constantly like hassling him to not to figure out that he's in a bad situation with this dude. And Jim Carrey gets upset at him. And I remember the basketball scene a lot because he uses Jack Black's back to do the dunk and destroy the rim and everything like that. And but I remember Jack being like this guy who was like angry about the situation. You know what I'm saying? And kind of bitchy about it and whatever. So I like him in it. I thought it was funny. And I like the movie a lot. It's one of those films that I think people don't understand the humor of, the dark comedy of the film.
Yeah, I remember walking out of it going, shit, I wanted something different. And then thought about it like years later, because it's not one that I go back to rewatch.
Yeah.
I think genuinely I just need time with it. Now I've seen Carrey do all these other things.
Yeah.
I might appreciate what he's pulling off. At the time, I didn't like rooting against him
Oh,
when I was
interesting.
watching. Yeah.
Yeah, I could get
I was
that.
still so on board with, because he was as soon as I saw Ace Ventura, and I loved him on Living Color.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved him on, it was,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Living Color is great. Yeah.
between him and Damon.
Oh, yeah.
And also like the David Allen Greer and Tommy Davidson, the
Yeah,
two
yeah.
business card guys. You know, I am fresh out. Bam! That fucking kills me. I did that one time. I've done it a few times in my life in the hopes I think you might get this reference. And when it works, man, you know, I am just patting pockets in places they wouldn't be. You know, I am fresh out. Bam! The other guy floats it. Oh, man. So Carrey, just from these Venturas and, you know, Liar, Liar and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was still so used to rooting for him.
Right.
Then to root against, just, I don't know. It felt disingenuous at the time to me. It's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, it was trying to push the boundaries of,
Yeah.
you know, I get him and Stiller were trying to push the boundaries of what a comedy could be. So,
But now, like, we've seen his art documentary thing.
exactly.
We've seen him grow. It's just like, all right,
yeah.
maybe I appreciate this more.
All right. So then my number 8 is King Kong.
Yeah, not going to make my list.
Oh, wow. All right. Look, is he miscast? Possibly, but he's so on the line of possibly being cast correctly that I accepted it. Is the film overall fantastic? No, I wouldn't say that. But
I wouldn't come close to saying that.
There you go. But I think there's a lot in the film that Peter Jackson's vision for it is incredible to watch and see him try to pull off. I thought Adrian Brody's great. Naomi Watts is great. So when you look at them and their chemistry, and then you throw in Jack Black, I think Jack Black does a great job as that a bellicose film director who does, you know, he's trying to bring the beauty and the beast and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The only time it falls apart is when he tries to say the classic line at the end. That I'm like, you didn't get that right at all. But other stuff where he's like so determined to direct the film and make it happen and, you know, convince other people, blah, blah, blah. I like that. And I enjoy overall the look of what he was trying to do, because there's some really legitimately dark fucking scenes in that movie.
True.
With King Kong in the jungle on Skull Island. But like once they get back to the States is where I think it starts to fall apart, because they lean into that romance a little way too much for me.
Yeah, they go fucking ice skating.
Yeah.
They go ice skating. That's what kills me about, like, I don't care about the rest of it because I know where it lands.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just like, this is not what I would assume you'd put in this. There was a few of them. It was just like, why are we doing this right now? And the taking Kong back here and not showing that, because the first time around they did it,
right.
It's considered one of the biggest cheats in movie history.
Yeah.
So to not do it again and be like, it's an homage to the original, it's just like, well, they didn't do it in the original because the practicality of trying to shoot stop motion on these huge, is it all going to be matte paintings in front and people interacting, and then the animatronic, like, how are you going to do this?
They did it in the 70s one with Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange. You saw him down under there and you heard him as well. So yeah, you're right. They kind of copped out this time around.
You know, you took all the time to do all these other things.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in it.
Wow.
I was also drunk, but I fell asleep in it.
All right. Well, I can't trust your opinion if you're drunk.
Well, I've seen it since.
Okay, all right.
Since I stopped drinking. We had...
Have you gone back to watch every movie that you used to watch when you were drunk? Just now that
Well, I don't remember most of them, but...
Oh, fair enough. Well, it's good.
I was
We
broke.
don't host a movie
Yeah.
podcast or anything.
Well, I was broke, so I only saw so many movies out in the theaters. I was watching mainly everything on DVD, VHS,
Right,
trading with
fair.
friends, shit like that. So yeah, I've gone back to rewatch those like 3 a year, 4 a year.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Fair enough.
And this one, it was late. And we were going to a midnight showing, and we had a show, and then we drank after the show. So there was like 5 or 6 of us that were drunk, plus like 5 or 6 other sober people.
Right.
Fucking straight up fell asleep for 10 minutes when he was still on the island. Fucking couldn't do it.
I just saw a movie I fell asleep in. I can't remember what it was. Oh, well. All right. Yeah. All right. What's your number 7?
7 is Orange County.
Okay.
Not on your list?
Nope.
I always enjoyed this one.
Yeah?
For its stupidity.
If Saving Silverman's on your list, I'm going to set it on fire.
No, it's not.
Okay. All right.
It's not.
Go ahead.
Look, did it make the side list? I was trying to think of every Jack Black film where he's a large enough part. Yeah, it's on that list. Was it ever contention? No. No.
So this is the one with Colin Hanks, right? Orange County?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's trying to get into Stanford.
Yeah.
And Jack Black plays his basically fuck up older brother.
Right.
And so like whatever, his missions get screwed up or something, and then shenanigans ensue.
Yes.
So they have to go up to Stanford, and they have to go with the admissions office, and he wants to be a writer, and he ends up meeting Kevin Kline, who's the writer that inspired him at the very end and whatnot. It's a nice little part for Kevin Kline.
Nice.
But at that time, I wanted Colin Hanks and Jack Black to succeed. I liked both of them.
Yeah.
Colin, I just, he hadn't been around all that much, but it's just like, dude, your likability is off the charts already for me.
Right.
Just because of your dad, and you seem to be your own individual, and yet you still have his charm.
Huh.
To me.
Yeah.
Like, he always has done everything you see him in. Actually, he's in another movie we'll get to later.
Okay.
Is my guess.
Uh-huh.
He's got a small part.
Yeah, sure.
But I always like him. He was good in Fargo.
Yes.
He's good in, I wish he would work more, but I realized that your father casts a large shadow.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult.
Yeah, right. He is. Yeah. But I also think he just did that CBS series he's been doing for a couple of years.
Okay, don't know what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, he shows up in the weirdest places. He was great in Fargo. That season with him and Allison.
It was, season 1 with Billy Bob?
Yeah. That was really good season.
Yeah. Every season of Fargo has been so good.
Agreed.
I wonder when
for
that's
different
coming
reasons.
back. Yeah, they just change the story up every time.
Yep.
Just when you think you're like, what the fuck is going on in this? And then you go and look it up, and it's like, yeah, it's based on these.
Yeah.
They cobble together and they create a story. And you're like, Jesus.
Yeah. Legion's about to come back.
Which one is Legion?
The one with Dan Stevens, the X-Men one, where he plays Professor X's son.
Dan Stevens.
Downton Abbey.
Couldn't get into it.
Okay. All right.
I tried.
It's a simplistic show.
Well, I wanted
it's a soap opera show.
the menace, the terror of his whatever visions.
Yes.
That to me was
Oh,
fascinating.
so you're talking about Legion.
Yeah.
You couldn't get into Legion.
Couldn't get
I
into
thought
it.
you were talking about Downton Abbey.
No, I
My bad.
watched all of it.
Okay.
Season 1's like it gets less and less good to me over time, but early on, man, it's good. I love upstairs, downstairs. There's so many good storylines you can do with that.
So
then Legion.
Yeah.
That little terror thing.
Yeah.
That to me was absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
And then the rest of this is like, I don't really care about you struggling to understand or
Right.
I realize it's TV, so you want to take more time with that and see the hero's journey, so to speak.
Yeah.
But man, that whatever that is captivating. I've never seen that in a mutant film.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And Aubrey Plaza was great in that fucking series with him. Aubrey Plaza.
how many seasons is it?
It's the third one now.
Okay.
So
I watched
yeah.
like the first 3, 4
of the
of season 1.
when
it came
and then
out.
you kind of like turned off.
Couldn't do it.
That was the turning. Fourth episode was the turning of the corner where everything starts to kind of fall into place.
Okay, well, then maybe it was the 3rd.
But I hear a lot of people, dumped out before, so I respect it.
Does that thing pay off?
Yes, big time.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an unreliable narrator, so once they start to lean into that after episode 4, around episode 4, to the rest of the season, then you get it. Like you dial into it all, and they go into the background and all this kind of stuff, and they start connecting the pieces. And so by the end of the first season, I was like, holy shit, this is brilliant. But for whatever reason, I never found the time to jump into the second season. So I'm going to before the third season.
It's like
comes
me
out.
with Better Call Saul. For some reason, I'm
people
not
love that show.
I'm not up to date. I watched the first 2 seasons.
Okay.
And then for some reason, just it's been on
Yeah.
either Amazon or Netflix for a while, and it just I don't know,
How many episodes is that per season? 10, 12? Or
something
20?
along those lines.
Okay,
I'd have to look it up.
Okay. I heard the last season was one of the best ever.
Really?
Including Breaking Bad.
I did that with Americans eventually. I hadn't seen any of it.
Yeah.
We tried The Shield, but she didn't care for it, so I don't think it's one I'm going to do on my own.
I think Shield's dated, man. It's from that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good show for the time. I think you watch it now, you're a little more like, oh fuck.
It's an interesting storyline. At least the initial 2 episodes. That first episode's wow.
Oh, yeah.
Or first 2 episodes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it looks like TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're watching, you're like, yeah, but this is a hell of a storyline for the first couple episodes. You're going through a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this looks like 90s television.
I'm that way with Battlestar. I can't quite come back to it. Galactica. I did the first 9-10 episodes of the first season, and I kind of fell off.
I watched the whole thing.
Okay.
I have serious problems with 2 actors in it.
Oh.
Who are, I don't want to say.
All right. Okay.
But, so.
Okay.
That's one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Fair.
And the other one, there's another character. And it's
We're
just
not beholden to anything anymore, dude.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, there's no point.
Right.
There's
fair.
no point.
Fair.
And another one is just I like it. It hits certain moments, and then when it gets to them, it drags it basically its engine is almost stalling out at times. Just okay, and then boom, somebody else comes in, and just boom, right? Everything's back on track.
Yeah. I get that.
And it's an ensemble, so it's not like they dominate too much.
Oh no, right, exactly.
So it's fine. It's good.
Okay.
It's better than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
But the people that love it, okay, I don't think I'll ever go back and rewatch it.
Worship it, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they a huge number of those, if they watch Deadwood, they'd be bored out of their minds.
Oh, probably, yeah.
It's just different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Lindley had a hard time with Deadwood.
Fucking love it.
I was like, babes, you can't watch the movie and think you have to watch. You have to get used to that speech,
You do.
that pattern.
And plus, just watch season 1. If you're
Yeah.
going to watch it, don't watch, them trying to go back and just basically have fun one last time.
Yeah.
Hey, I still fit in the sandbox. Kind of. It's been a while. You don't know
dusty in here,
all the mechanics. You're over there operating that crane thing that I never had as a kid. And then I saw it at the playgrounds when I took cousins and shit. I was like, oh, man, I would have been all over that.
Oh, yeah.
Little dump, crane thing. Oh, this is so much fun. All right, so that was my 7.
Yeah, what's your 6?
6 is Goosebumps.
Okay.
Did you ever see it?
No.
It's actually surprisingly good, man.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a lot of fun.
All right.
There's another one that's probably not on your list, the house with the clock in the walls.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that one either.
Look, it's not trying to be anything.
Right.
That
It
it's
is
not.
what it is. Yeah.
So it's fun. It's like
Okay.
not Spiderwick Chronicles in that, you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's good.
right.
It's not like that dark or whatever. Oh, yeah,
Right.
it's way darker on some level. I don't know. It was interesting.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
All right.
So Goosebumps. It's kind of like what if the gist of it is. Do you want me to spoil the movie?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not
Okay.
going to see it.
Kid moves in.
Because I
next,
used to read them.
Yeah. Kid moves in next door to Jack Black. Jack Black has a daughter. Daughter and kid befriend one another, and Jack Black doesn't like it. He's always putting his foot down type of thing. It happens in 2 or 3 scenes.
Okay.
He's like, don't come around here, whatever else. So it turns out he is R.L. Stein.
Oh.
And they go in, and all the books that he wrote of all time, they're all under lock and key. And they open one, and out pops the abominable snowman. So all the monsters eventually start coming out of the books, and they have to figure out a way because then the book. The nice pivot is, if you destroy the book, then the monster lives. You have to get it back in the pages,
Right.
and then you can lock it again or destroy it.
Okay.
But the monster's alive. And the other outcome.
Right.
So the monsters figure that out, and they start burning their books and whatnot. So they have to figure out a way to defeat that problem. I won't ruin that for you.
Okay.
So they're just bringing out all these interesting, fun little monsters, and it's basically like a Monster Squad for us on some level.
All right.
For a different generation. I was like, this is a lot of fun. I enjoyed this. I saw it once it was out on streaming. I didn't go to the theater.
Right.
But it's Jack Black basically making a movie for his kids, and they're going to enjoy the living hell out of it.
Right. Okay.
As opposed to sometimes it's like it's straight pandering. This is a shit product, and
It
you know
sounds
it.
interesting.
It's not bad.
Okay. All right. Respect.
Yeah,
It's your number 6. So
it was my 6.
All right. My number 7 is School of Rock.
Wow, that's a pun. Really?
And I put it on here because I have to.
Wow.
I know I have to. It's not my cup of tea, but I have to.
Okay.
Then my number 6 is The Holiday.
Not on my list.
Really?
No.
This is a damn good movie, dude.
I've only seen like I don't even know how much of it.
Oh, okay. So you haven't seen it.
Technically, yeah. I've
Okay.
seen some key scenes.
You've seen enough to know that you don't want to see it.
I've seen enough to know that I never remember to think about it when I
Okay.
go to watch movies.
Okay, fair enough. I had a girl I was dating for a little bit turn me on to this one, and I've seen it every Christmas since, and I like it. I think it's a
Okay.
good story, and I think Jack Black is playing a role that he rarely gets to play, which is this kind of more laid-back guy who's like a romantic love interest for
Yeah.
someone, and he still has his Jack Black-isms, which is the little jokes or whatever, but there's more tenderness to them. There's more vulnerability and softness to him in the role that I haven't seen him do in many other roles. And so I like seeing this color on him and made me enjoy him a lot. And then of course, Cameron Diaz and Jude Law and Kate Winslet. It's a good cast, and having them change places and what that does and how that changes everyone's life. It's really a well done film in terms of for a Christmas film and then also for a romantic comedy type film. So
Okay.
I liked it for that reason.
Maybe go back and watch it, at some
Feel
point.
like it. Yeah.
How long would you say it is?
It's about an hour and 45, hour 50. It's a long one.
That's a little long
for that kind of movie.
$140 is where that movie should live.
Yeah. It's a bit of a long one because it's got that jumping into different lives type thing. So that thing that they do in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. All right. That was so. What's your number 5?
5 is High Fidelity.
That's my 5. Yeah.
I wish there was more of his part. That's the only
agreed.
reason.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's the only reason it's at 5.
But it's not his journey, right? So
Yeah, it's
he's
not.
only going to be so much in it, but he's good in it. Yeah.
I mean, him dismissing people on their musical taste. They're such petty assholes, him and the other dude. And
What
so
else
is
have they got?
Yeah, exactly. This is their little fiefdom.
Yeah.
It's owned by John Cusack. And the punk kids that come in and they're like fucking making fun of him, whatever else they catch him stealing.
Yeah.
And they end up making, I'm going to start a label, put you on. It's actually pretty good type of thing.
But this also shows you Jack can sing, man. When he did Let's Get It On,
Yeah, and the closing,
holy shit. You're like, why don't you do more of this kind of singing?
I already knew he could sing.
Well, fair enough. But like, I didn't know he could sing like this. Yeah, that
I think most people didn't
Tenacious
think.
D, like, I was like, oh, okay, well, but this is.
Oh, dude, he's got pipes. You should go listen. There's some good Tenacious D,
All right.
out there.
Fair enough.
Do you have iTunes streaming or anything like that?
I probably blocked it. I probably blocked Tenacious D on it, but sure,
Why?
I can unblock it.
Why would you go out of your? That doesn't even. That sounds like an additional add-on feature that you paid for to block. Because why would iTunes do that? Doesn't make sense.
Don't suggest Tenacious D to me, please.
Please take it out of. There is no search it should be related to that I ever make. Do you write them a letter?
I did actually. I said, cut it out. No more Tenacious D suggestions on my iTunes. Like I said, I don't know. I just don't get that thing. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean it is a John Cusack movie.
Yeah.
So,
But he stands out.
He does.
Yeah.
I mean, every scene he's in, you just want it to kind of keep going and going and going. You realize why I can't, so it makes you appreciate it that much more because it's, the little taste.
Yeah.
They give you a little taste, and that's all they do.
Yeah. But a good film overall. I mean, Nick Hornby is the writer of the book that it's based on, and all the things Cusack goes through with all those different women, coming to terms with like having dated them and what the results of that was.
Making mixtapes. And,
Yeah, all that shit. It's an interesting journey, like what would that be like to go back and revisit the people you dated before? And would they even be willing to have an honest conversation with you about that time?
I don't want to see a bunch of them.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. No, thank you.
Why is that? Was it a bad situation?
It was almost every relationship I've had as an adult lasted like 6 weeks to 2 months.
Oh, really?
Or less.
Okay.
Or less. The vast majority.
All right.
I enjoy getting in relationships. I knew that
6 weeks to 2 months, to 12 months.
No, to 2 months.
To 2 months. So you're
6
a
to 8
serial
weeks.
dater.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I always found a flaw. I knew going into it, I was like, all right, let me see what I don't like. And then I can basically create that as an excuse later on to be like, yeah.
Did you do that with Catherine?
No.
Okay.
No. She's,
Interesting.
I've never dated anyone longer than
No, I mean the
6
flaw.
months to her.
I mean the flaw.
No.
Oh, wow.
No.
Right off the bat, you were like, wait, I can't find anything here.
We were friends for a really long time.
That's right.
So I already knew, like,
Yeah, but still dating somebody is different than friendship. Like
It
you
is.
really get to see.
well,
all
you
the
go
bones.
through that now. You have an understanding of being friends, all this. So you know, but there's still It's not like every relationship. There's communication
Yeah.
differences. Even if we were friends, there's still, you communicate in different ways.
You do once you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So just figuring it out. But
So she's perfect, is what you're saying.
For me,
She has no flaws.
she is perfect.
Yeah, I would agree.
Look, one of
Lily's a big fan of her.
yeah, one of man's oldest colloquialisms is a Greek proverb of
listen to
beauty is
this.
in the eye of the beholder.
Wow, you got there. All right. Yeah.
Thank you. I wanted to build up the fact that I actually
really
knew
did.
some history about it. You know, it's not often that I know the fucking history of a phrase, so I'd like to show that off.
Master's degree right here.
Nope. Couldn't do that many more times. So let's just enjoy it while it happened.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's just like, oh, she's perfect for me, just like Lindley is for you.
Yeah, she really is. I had a stupid Schmodown match this weekend, and she left me a surprise card, like giving me support. Like, it's those little things you're like, the last 3 girls that I dated while I was doing Schmodown shit would have never done that. They hated it. But she gets it, and she's okay with it, is those little things.
Oh, idea.
Oh.
Does she have any interest in being Miss Elizabeth?
For me?
Yes. You come out and you got her on her shoulder.
I've talked to her about it.
Bring her
like,
out.
no. She's like, I will come support you.
And the new what?
I will trash talk your opponents off camera, but I will not.
Who's your current foil?
Corruption. Kalinowski and Corruption.
So then Kalinowski comes in off, like once you set her down with a folding chair and takes you down and then tries to steal Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, she would cut him. She wouldn't even play along. The second he hit me with a chair, he'd be dead.
What's Lindley's last name?
Fleek.
Fleek?
On fleek.
Okay. It was just like she would cut him. I was like, well, she's just carrying a switchblade or something with her at all times. She's got a strap and she just pulls that out and be like,
Basically.
motherfucker.
My girl don't play, man. She half Native American. My girl, she almost tried
She's
to.
half?
Yeah. She almost tried to kill Jay Washington after the awards.
What is the half? If you don't mind my
What do you mean? Oh, Mono tribe, which is up in Northern California.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I met her mom. Her mom is full Native American.
Oh, wow.
Her dad is half. And so, I mean, her dad is white. So I went and met her mom a few months ago when we decided we were going to move in and we're serious.
Yeah.
I went up there to meet her mom. Had a good time with her. Her mom runs a Native American museum up there too.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like, it's, as the son of Bolivian immigrants, Bolivia has a strong Indian or native, whatever, population as well that permeates through my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to go and experience that through another side of things is pretty cool. Yeah. So my girl don't play. She feisty. I love it. That's another reason why she's perfect, because she's literally ride or die. She'll tell me when I'm wrong.
She is my grandma. My grandma was half
right on.
Cherokee and half white.
Okay.
And my dad's a quarter. I'm an eighth.
I bet she had a strong temper when she needed it. Your grandma.
I didn't know her.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair.
She passed away when I was young, and we lived a long ways away, so I only got to meet her like twice.
Okay. All right. So you have a good gauge of what she was like
no
on a
clue.
day-to-day basis.
No
right. Fair enough.
But
yeah. But Jay made fun of me at the Schmodown Awards from the stage, and I went back at him, and he said some shit. And he came back to try to apologize because we were at the Comedy Store, back at where you sit on the side, that area we were sitting there. He came back to Lindley, jumped up. She goes, "Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here right now!"
Really?
Well, yeah.
You guys are in the main, right?
Yeah, in the main. So right on the side, right, like the main area, then the side of the main area. Like
you guys took that side?
Yeah.
Stage left?
Yeah, stage left.
Okay, so then you got easy access in and out of that back hallway.
Exactly.
So you got to use the bathroom.
We wanted to leave as soon as the last award was said. The winner was said. We right out the door. So
okay.
Yeah, we had other things to do that day.
I can't believe I missed. I don't know if you were with them. There's a pack of them there, like one night.
Where?
Because Riley lives not far from the store.
Oh yeah.
So like him and Fernandez and a few other people went down.
Mm-hmm. I've gone down. Mark invites me. Like last night, Ellis texted me. He's like, "Bro, I'm on at 10 o'clock. Why don't you come? Free beer, blah, blah, blah." And I was like,
yeah.
I didn't go. I was already, once I'm in. And I was already in for the night, so to speak. So I didn't go. But any other time he catches me, I'll go see him. Because I think Mark is funny as fuck, man.
Oh, yeah. Plus the store's
great.
I've spent so much time there.
Yeah.
So much time.
And he'll buy me drinks when I go, like beers, not anything big. So I'm cool when he goes.
Yeah, I've actually, I think I've never paid for a drink there.
Wow, that's great. Shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I worked at the one in San Diego for a long time, so when I moved up here, I knew
Oh, a bunch of people from there.
a bunch of people just over the years coming down and hanging out, and I started as a door guy, which every comic does.
Right.
And then I did seating, and I worked the booth, the ticket booth, and I became bar back and bartender, and then eventually I started getting guys on radio and TV,
Oh, yeah, nice.
and they paid me a whopping $50 extra
Hey-oh.
a week, but then I also had to get up in 7 a.m. to go pick them up to drive them through to whatever and hang out. I was like, this is a shitload of work, but I've done everything at that place, so you get to know people.
You should just run it now.
Yeah, so when I moved up here, it was just, hey, it's fucking no. So I only wanted water, though. I never really drank.
Oh, right.
And if I tried to buy a drink for anybody, they would just comp it, and then
Yeah.
I'd throw them a nice tip.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen all that often.
Maybe that's what he's doing.
Yeah, no, he's getting comp drinks, and
Yeah.
they'll just tip heavily for it.
That's probably what he's doing.
Yeah.
I respect
It's a nice, right extended to anybody that's paid their dues there type of thing.
He's very kind to me, man. Like I'm always impressed with how kind he is to me because, like, Christian should owe me more for the stuff he's done or I've done for him on the Schmodown side of things, like being kinder to me at times. But
It's not his nature.
it's not his nature, but it is Ellis's nature.
Yeah, it is Ellis's.
Not that Christian has a negative or mean bone in his body. It's just not in his nature.
Yeah, no, we all have our own specific. I'm
Very
very
true.
much like Mark and very much like Christian.
Oh, you're both people.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
because
Interesting conflict.
well, it's not a conflict. It's just some days, like every time I get to Collide, I've told you this before.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's in mid work, so I never want to interrupt.
Right.
Like coming in and making a big production because it's
True.
just you walk in and Wendy's typing away, and I look over at you and you've got headphones
yeah.
on typing away, and Riley's sitting across from you typing away. Just like I don't know, everybody looks busy as fuck.
We're always working, man.
I know. So I feel like I'm intruding every time I show. So I don't want to come, hey, fuck you, hey, bang, bing,
Jump
bang.
time, jump time.
Yeah.
Bada bing.
Yeah, no thank you.
It's fantastic. Like I love how people think we just show up and do stuff on a camera and then just like sit around. It's such bullshit. We're working all
Yeah.
the fucking time. All right, where are we at? We went off
Both
on
our
that one,
personal
too.
fives. So we're doing that a lot.
All right.
Sunday, we're doing a makeup
That's
show
true.
too. So, we're having fun.
Good point.
Good times. 4 for me is Bernie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Good film. Just didn't connect with me, man. I get it though.
I knew it connected
Political
with me.
stuff is great.
I don't remember this coming out.
Oh, okay.
So when I saw it, I didn't know the outcome.
Okay.
And I was actually so engaged within it. I was like, man, they did get the trial moved, but
Yeah.
will these other small town Texas people identify with, McConaughey
Yeah.
showing up as the DA that's goes for all media attention because it's an elected, office and whatnot.
Right.
And Shirley MacLaine doesn't say but like 30 words
Yeah.
in the whole thing. She's just looking pissed off for
Who does she play?
She plays Bernie, Jack Black's character, is an assistant mortician.
And this is based on true story. It's
a true story out of Texas.
Yeah.
And by all accounts, the entire community by and large loves him.
Yeah.
He's very gracious with his time. He buys gifts for people. He checks in. He deals with the departed. He may or may not be gay. That's their speculation.
Oh, okay. All right.
But honestly, the guy that he worked with says, I look at him as more, he was celibate.
Right.
And he just didn't really have that kind of drive in him.
Okay.
It makes sense in the way he portrays him. There's no
Right.
real. So anyway, he does Shirley MacLaine's husband's funeral.
Okay.
And he's really good with the families and whatnot, and befriends her over time. And she has money, and she ends up kind of controlling him. Just in that he always has a pager and a cell phone, so she can check in at any time, and he's not allowed to do things, and he's got to get her dry cleaning, and kind of becomes her valet / slave.
Yikes.
But she also makes him power of attorney. And
okay.
you don't know if it's fully motivated for money, but it looks so innocent that perhaps it's not.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't seem devious. Because, spoiler alert, he kills her
Right.
and puts her in a freezer and goes about like trying to. It's not really scheming. He's just kind of still doing the things he was doing before.
Oh, wow.
But when he goes through the action, you're like, that was really believable in that I don't know what the character was truly thinking in that moment.
Right,
It
right.
looked like a case of just madness.
Yeah.
Just you're like a great white.
Yeah.
Black eyes rolled over, and then you did the action, and then eventually you kind of, once he crystallizes and comes back to reality, oh my God. And it was, I believed it. I was like, good acting for you, Jack.
Right.
So in those moments,
Okay.
It was really good. I like seeing him get these parts, like you said with the Holiday, do something sincere and as opposed to just being always on 11.
Yeah. He is always on 11.
So yeah, 4. If you haven't seen it, I would, give it time so you forget about my description and then watch it yourself.
Good point. Let's see. My number 4 is Tropic Thunder. I know it's not going to be on your list.
No, it's not on my list.
But I love him in this movie. He is funny as fuck in this movie. My God, he's funny. All the stuff he does, being the coke addict, and of course doing the joke about being essentially being the Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence type thing. He's got he's coming back as a comedian, and he has a family. I can't remember there's something to do with farts. Something to do with farts that create, and he plays all the different characters and stuff.
You talking about funny. Eddie Murphy?
No.
Jack Black's in this.
In this he's essentially playing the Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence thing. Where they have multiple characters. I can't remember the family. It's something the family, something like that. Maybe Flatulence family or Fart family. But either way, he's like this sad son of a bitch who like is so everyone thinks he's funny as hell, but he does not think he's funny at all, and he thinks he's going to be found out all the time. So he's always doing drugs to kind of stay out of the situation, and everything that happens with him throughout the movie. And then when they're doing that penultimate, when they're doing the raid at the end to try to save Robert Downey Jr., what he does and shit, it is so funny. And then the scene at night before the fight when they tie him up because he's an addict. To get him to go cold turkey, and the way he switches between being super kind and a complete asshole is hilarious to him. It's a great sequence of events when he's just like, "Hey man, just give me a little bit." And he's like, "We can't get you any drugs," and he goes, "Fuck your mother," and he goes, "Oh." And then there's like 30 seconds, and everyone's like, "Jesus!" And he goes, "Hey man, remember a while back when I said that about your mom? I didn't mean that, man." It's just so funny the way he plays it. And of course, I know you're not a big fan, but I love this damn film from beginning to end, and so I enjoy him.
I just wish they hadn't put RDJ in the trailer.
What? It's your selling point is RDJ.
But the problem, once you see the twist of that character that he's white playing, living in, embodying, I would have been so blown away with that. That's because if he that was the reveal in the movie. The Ben Stiller doing Nell.
Yeah.
That had already been lampooned and stuff.
Right.
So to me, it was like, that's not a fresh take on this.
Right, Simple Jack.
This, though, is, holy shit, I can't believe that this got made.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Yeah. And he got nominated for an Oscar for it.
Yes. Yeah. The acting is second to none.
He would have won if Heath Ledger hadn't died. I truly believe that he would have won if Heath Ledger hadn't died.
Maybe.
I truly believe this. I know people like, oh, Heath Ledger's great in The Dark Knight. They weren't handing out Oscars to fucking comic book characters. They weren't.
No.
They didn't even nominate that fucking movie for Best Picture. I'm cussing a lot. I'm sorry. It's a Sunday. I'm just relaxed. So I don't know if they would have given Heath the Best Supporting Actor if he hadn't passed away.
Perhaps not. Yeah. I don't know.
Because he passed away before the movie even came out, I think.
Anyway. So that was your 4?
Yeah. What's your 3?
3 is School of Rock.
Oh, okay. It's a pun from earlier.
Yeah.
Right on.
Is it what, your 6?
7.
7?
Yeah.
It's when it kind of fully cemented him, this dude can lead a movie. And I like that. I'm excited that he's getting a shot. I have seen Saving Silverman. I have seen Shallow Hal. I've seen Shallow Hal a lot, actually, because it was on repeat.
I'm surprised it's not on your list. You've seen it so many times.
Well, because where it works, I like it. Where it doesn't,
yeah, it's troubling.
It is.
Yeah, agreed.
And it's also, I didn't enjoy,
Thoroughly
like,
agree.
as much as I may like Jason Alexander, his character to me was just too much of a douche.
Yeah.
And then he has a tail at the end, and that wasn't even, like, that would be fulfilling.
Right.
You would enjoy it. I believe he has a tail, a vestigial tail and whatever, and he shows it off. Just no.
Agreed. Anyway, so
for School of Rock, and then the innocence that Jack Black always kind of exudes on some level, now mirrored back to him from these kids, and he needs to inspire them and kind of grow up.
Yeah.
A character that he could be pigeonholed into playing.
Sure.
Because that is Orange County.
Yeah.
Character that won't grow up. There's others. To see him thrive. I read somewhere once that he couldn't actually play the electric guitar, which doesn't make sense when he shot this.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lick of sense.
The Tenacious D.
Yeah, when I read it, I was like, I don't know if I trust the internet on that one.
Yeah.
It's not, on some, yes, you might have to change a little bit of the strumming style, but at the same time, you don't also have to strap your arm around the side, so
Right.
it's easier access. Yeah, I've played the guitar I still have a guitar.
Wow.
I was in bands. Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. I've played instruments my whole life. Violin, trombone. I can half-ass it on the drums.
Oh, wow.
I can half-ass it on the piano.
Respect, man.
Yeah.
All right.
You just got to pick up one, and then it leads to others.
Maybe we'll do that next time for our next live show.
What, you want me to play and
You
just
do a
you
one-man
just sit
dance.
there?
Yeah, I'll just
you
sit
just sit there and
I'll sit there with a tambourine.
so long as I can do a Cockney accent, and then I'll do the full. I'll have the bass drum, cymbals between my knees. You know, I'm stomping around.
I've got a perfect feel song
This
for
one's
you.
just for you, John. Why does this music sound like a bad Cockney? Let's not ask questions. Let's just enjoy the moment.
Let him do it.
Just enjoy the moment. It'll be our school of rock, and then I'll inspire you and the crowd
Yeah, totally.
to start playing instruments on their own, and we become the world's greatest band.
Perfect. 200-seat band, 200-piece band.
What about this movie didn't connect as hard for you?
This was a stage in his career where I didn't like Jack, and it was repeating. Like you said, he was repeating the same roles.
Kinda.
I'd seen it over and over, and I just didn't like it. And I love Joan Cusack, so I really wanted to like this movie. But for whatever reason, I just didn't like him. And so it's colored the movie ever since for me. I like him now a lot as a
Okay.
person and interviews. And I interviewed him for the Jumanji thing 2 years ago or the year and a half ago, whatever it was. And he was very nice. And so it just was a different time. And to be honest with you, someone had tried to hook me up with one of his ex-girlfriends one time, for a friend of mine who was dating a friend at the time. And I met him years ago at the Cat and Fiddle when I was meeting this girl.
Cat and Fiddle.
Yeah, that played on Sunset.
Yeah.
When I was meeting this girl for the first time, and I was just kind of having a nice conversation with her, and we were getting along.
Yeah.
And I kept looking at Jack, and when they brought me in to meet, like, because he was sitting at the end of the table, and they asked, they were introducing everybody around. This person was I don't want to say her name, but she was introducing everybody to me, and they introduced me to Jack, and I think he knew I was there as a setup to meet his ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
Because they had stopped dating a while ago, and he gave me that limp handshake. You know what I'm saying? That limp fucking handshake that I hate that men do. It's a total like passive aggressive situation. And so I sat down and I started talking to this girl. We're having a nice conversation. It didn't lead to anything. We didn't actually end up going out, but the whole time he is mad dogging me, just giving me. Every time I look over, he's just kind of staring and looking. And then I caught him a couple times like whispering and looking over.
Sounds like she used you to get him upset.
Maybe. She probably did, but
Perhaps.
it left a bad taste in my mouth, man. I was like, "Ugh." So I think that colored me for a few years with his stuff. So School of Rock came out around that time. And,
I've had that happen.
yeah, with a celebrity or with someone you know?
I mean, technically a little of both, I guess, but they're not on that level.
Okay,
Not of celebrity, not on that level.
okay. Well, he wasn't on that level when I met him. He was just about to get to that level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at the time this happened, technically he would have been, I guess, bigger than. But honestly, no, I wouldn't
Fair
even say
enough.
that. I wouldn't even
Okay.
say that.
All right.
But yeah, it was like a why. Realizing it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried to be so nice to the guy because I was overwhelmed by the situation. For a long time in this city, I thought everyone was better than me at everything. So I was always walking into situations in a submissive position, a submissive point of view, always.
Okay.
So I would give away my power within the first 2 minutes of walking into a situation because I thought all these people are accomplished. I am not. Of course, now it's different because I can walk into whatever and I'm fine with it. But like back then, I hadn't done anything. I hadn't been successful in anything here in LA. So I was walking into rooms with more successful people, and I would just let them walk all over me or say whatever, do whatever. And I think at that time, same thing. I would go overboard trying to be nice.
Okay.
And I think with him, I tried to be as nice as possible. And when he kept mad dogging me, I got home and I just was like, "Fuck this shit, man." So ever since then, or for the few years after that, I didn't like him. Anyway, yeah. So that's your number 3.
Yeah, that was my
What do you
3.
want to say?
No, go for it.
My number 3 is Kung Fu Panda.
We'll call that technically a punt.
Okay, punt it is. What's your number 2 then?
2 is Jumanji.
Yeah, mine too. Jumanji.
He is
so good.
The best part about it to me.
Yes.
He is my favorite part.
Okay. It's tough for me to say that. I'd say him and The Rock are 1A and 1B. Even though I love Karen Gillan too. Jesus.
This is in the argument for my favorite rock movie.
The Rock movie. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
This, what was the one with Sean William Scott or whatever that kid's name is with Christopher Walken? Isn't it Chris Walken?
Oh, The Rundown.
The Rundown.
Yeah.
That it's slim pickings for me with The Rock.
Wow, really?
Don't care for the
I
fasts.
could do a top 10 on The Rock.
Don't care for
heartbeat.
Scorpion King.
No, well, those you're going back at like Scorpion.
I said don't care for the fasts.
Hitch is good, or Snitch is, or whatever it was. Snitch, I think is what it's called. Snitch was damn good. I thought the one with Billy Bob was good too. Faster, or whatever it was.
I didn't see that. Tooth Fairy, no thank you.
Tooth Fairy's terrible. Tooth Fairy was his
San Andreas, no.
pacifier. San Andreas is fun.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
he's
None of the Fast and Furious movies.
no, not a single
What
one.
about Game Plan? Did you ever see Game Plan?
No.
Okay.
Is that the one where he's a football player and there's like a little girl that comes
Yes.
into his life or something?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that for
All
very
right.
specific reasons because it wasn't made for me. That was
What? But Goosebumps was?
the specific. I think it's made for all ages. Goosebumps.
Oh my God! All right.
Whereas the Gridiron, the Tooth Fairy, any of those is made for little kids, for the parents to have something to take them to.
All right. I want to see. All right. Hold on, because he's done a lot of things.
It's a lot of crap, dude. There's a lot. Doom.
Moana.
Okay, but I don't really count him as that. I would say on that one, it's the end. It's like Toy Story for our recap and review. Do you think of that as a Tom Hanks film first? Do you think of that as a Pixar film first?
Both.
Okay, that one is closer to
I
me.
would include it in a Tom Hanks if
Me too.
if I had to.
But for him, like I think of the animation, the story, the everything about it before I think of the voice actors in Moana.
Right.
Whereas Tom Hanks is too wrapped up in Woody rather.
I like Hoodie.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a new one. So Walking Tall you didn't like.
It's fine.
Be Cool you didn't like.
No, because it's nowhere near as good as Get Shorty.
Agreed. Gridiron Gang you didn't like.
Is that where he's a high school football coach?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since it came out. I don't even remember. I just remember that.
Get Smart.
No.
Race to Witch Mountain.
No. Keep going, bro.
Tooth Fairy.
Nope.
The Other Guys. Come on.
I'm not
First 5 minutes.
I'm not a fan of that movie.
All right. You Again. No, you never saw that.
Nope.
Faster.
Nope.
All right. Fast Five.
Nope. You can skip past anything with fast in the title. Just save yourself a second or two.
Journey to the Mysterious Island. That
No.
was no good. Snitch. Snitch was damn good if you haven't seen that. The G.I. Joe movies. No.
No.
Pain and Gain.
Never saw it. He's on such a cold streak. I've seen a lot of these. Everyone, when I'm saying no, I've seen about 80% of them.
Hercules.
It's fine.
It's terrible.
It is, but I wish they would just do more Greek and Roman mythology type movies.
Fair.
Especially Greek.
San Andreas.
No. See?
Central Intelligence. That was good.
I never saw it.
Oh, come on. Moana's good.
Moana.
Baywatch is terrible.
See? And
Fate
you
of the Furious.
Yeah, you skipped over Doom. You skipped over.
I skipped one because those are universally recognized as terrible.
Yeah, but he's got a few of them. He's got some of the
Jumanji?
worst. Jumanji's his best video game adaptation because he's been in like what?
Rampage? No.
3? No.
Skyscraper? No.
No.
All right. We've reached the end of the line with Dwayne Johnson.
It's gonna be tough. We're gonna have to do him a top 10 at some point.
We will.
And I guess my number 6 is this.
That's how I'm being with Jack Black right now. All right. So keep going. Yeah, Jumanji. Yeah, great stuff. Really funny what he does in there, and playing a girl, a teenage girl. It's really, really funny.
It is when she's peeing the first time. The fact that I'm not Instagramming this right now is insane, and just cutting right to. Teaching the other girl
Karen
Roundhouse how to be like sexy and whatnot.
Yeah.
Then seeing the outcome afterwards. Just he understands the character so well.
Yeah.
So even when he's just reacting within a scene, it's in the context of how he assumes this teenage, woman would react.
Yeah.
And he pulls it off pretty stunningly.
Yeah, I agree. I was really enjoying, and the film itself is surprisingly damn good.
It is.
I did not when I went to the press thing for this and we saw it in the theater. All I thought to myself was, "Man, I hope this finds an audience. This is really, really funny." And the producers themselves, when we talked to them at the junket, they said, We just hope we come in second on the opening weekend. If we can come in second.
Oh, really?
And they had no aspirations that this thing was going to make like $900 million
Well, no.
and spawn a franchise. They were just happy to come in second to Star Wars. That's because there were other movies coming out that weekend. They just wanted to come in second to Star Wars.
Okay.
And when they did, I think, like I said, I don't think they had any idea that this thing was going to take off the way it did.
Yeah, it just kept rolling.
Yeah. And so I'm like super happy for them because they were very nice people and they were really worried about the film. Like they loved the quality. They just were worried it was going to find an audience. And it did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the idea that you only have so many lives and how
Right.
that can be compelling.
Yeah.
And certain people, giving of themselves.
Right.
For the overall. And you get the comedic of Rock pushing, oh my God.
Kevin Hart?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Literally started going hill, swimmy, swammy, going around everything but Hart. Pushes him out of the helicopter, but ends up ultimately saving
Right.
him, whatnot.
Right.
But now you realize there are stakes involved because he's the one that pushed Rock off,
Right.
the ledge previously,
Yeah, that was
because he was upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, it's a good movie, and that's what I was talking about earlier. With there's another Colin Hanks. He pops up at the very end.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, as the kid that was the
Yeah.
Jonas brother, whichever one that is.
Yeah.
That's him as an adult now.
Right.
Hello, because he was into drums, and you see him, and he's got a Metallica shirt on that looks fresh.
Yeah, very fresh.
Yeah, not he's been wearing this for 15 years, like you should be showing off. Like that's a Hot Topic
Yeah.
type of T-shirt.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's kind of not helping me with the character right now. He's truly, unless that's his favorite album, and he's owned that T-shirt a few different times.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved it. It's so good. If you haven't seen the Jumanji, honestly, it's really, really good. All right. So what's your number one? Oh, the punt from earlier.
Yeah, for me, it's Kung Fu Panda 2.
Okay. Two. Oh,
Two.
all right. Two.
The opening with setting up Gary Oldman's character.
I didn't even think to choose another one. Huh? Okay.
It's to me that
Great
one
choice.
is my favorite. It's the one I will rewatch over and over and over again.
Not begrudge you, man. That's a good one too.
Because the set design, how the character design, everything that they've done within the visual aspect of it, for me, is an absolute home run.
Yeah.
And I find the characters in the arc and everything else fully compelling. So I'm
Yeah.
engaged. At the end when he's grabbing cannonballs and like using their energy back at him, you believe because he's had to overcome and
Yeah.
learn and grow.
Exactly.
And you saw the totality of the power that gunpowder brings into the equation when everybody else is fighting, with
Yeah.
knives, lances, whatnot. And now you come in with artillery.
Yeah.
Artillery's going to win. And just the beautiful juxtaposition of these massive warships coming down the canals and what that means. This is a
Yeah.
new oppressive order. This is, in essence, Hydra with the Skynet over the world type of thing. This is they're going to rule all if they manage to take power, and no one's been able to stop them. It's just the stakes they pit. I find that one absolutely riveting.
Yeah, it's a good one. Damn right. I just defaulted to Kung Fu Panda because like I think they're all fantastic installments. I even like the third one. The third one has its really good points as well. But I mean, the one that started it all, I like the relationship between him and Dustin Hoffman's character, the master, all of that goes on, and the struggles he has with his dad about trying to do this, and his dad telling him, you can't be this, you're never going to be this, and then, finding his way to that, and then the introduction of all the great characters,
that he has action figures of.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie. I can't remember the other people that voice the things.
David Cross.
Oh, David Cross, right?
You said Jackie Chan. Angelina
Lucy
Jolie.
Liu, right? Does Lucy Liu do
Lucy
one?
Liu, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's everybody.
Okay, yeah.
Or no, is it Seth Rogen?
Oh, is it Rogan?
No, I want to say it's Dave Cross.
Oh, it might be Dave Cross. Oh, you're saying Seth Rogen or Dave Cross?
Yeah, but I think it's David Cross.
Okay.
Jackie
Dustin Hoffman, Angelina Jolie, Ian McShane plays Tao Long.
Yeah, he plays the villain.
Yeah, Jackie Chan, Seth Rogen is Mantis. Yeah, Lucy Liu, and David Cross.
There it is.
Cross plays the Crane.
Yeah, he plays. Yeah, so then okay.
Yep. So yeah, Kyle Gass has a voice that's hilarious.
Why not? Get your buddies involved.
Why not? Yeah. Right. So I just enjoy the introduction of everything and the introduction of the world, and him struggling to figure out if he can do this or not do this, and then when he has to have that final battle, is pretty fantastic. So, but I get why two's certainly does a great job.
And look, it's hard for me to go against my boy McShane.
That's true. It is hard for you,
and he's a really good villain.
I'm a good villain.
But just from top to bottom, because a lot of times, in the second one, it feels underwhelming. I want to live more in your world. Like John Wick 2, they take him out of the world. And this is like, no, I want to, you hooked me.
Yeah.
Let's explore this world that you've created.
Yeah.
The fact they're doing it just now a different threat to that overall world order.
Right.
And, feudal China is so big, you keep that storyline going for a little while.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Bring in some sort of Mongol horde type thing.
Sure.
There's possibilities. They keep going. Listen, China's a huge market. So,
Yep.
so long as you appease them, you get to open up to now the entire world.
That's right. You make that money.
Yeah, you do. Well, that's why now movies, every once and again, it's like the characters inadvertently go to China, or they need...
Or they put a Chinese actor or actress in there.
Yeah. Or like suddenly there's, what movie was that? The last, The Martian, where the other, space aeronautical the agency that had any capability that could help them was the Chinese.
Yeah.
And there's this camaraderie between, or Pacific Rim, suddenly one of the gates is right outside of Hong Kong. Or Transformers, third act for no reason, going to China.
That made no sense at all.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It made no sense.
They do it to further ensure opening in China.
Yeah.
This,
Make that money.
Exactly. And on something like this, it translates. But yeah, just the second one, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was enraptured from moment one. Nothing against the first one. It's just like, I can't believe the second one was this good to me.
Yeah. Agreed. So then my number one is Nacho Libre.
I knew it was going to be on your list.
Yeah. It's really my favorite Jack Black movie, bar none. There's no other Jack Black movie that I will watch over and over and over again like Nacho Libre. He is so fucking funny. And I should be offended by this. White dude playing a half Mexican, half white, but like it works because his parents were missionaries and they left him there in Mexico, and he's part of this whole thing, and he has to learn how to part of this old friar order, and he has to and he's the runt of the order, and they all treat him like dog crap.
Oh yeah,
he has to figure out how to stand out, and because he loves his professional wrestling stuff since he was a kid. And now he's getting a chance to do this, and he's got to fight Ramses, who's the main luchador and what have you. And all of it throughout the whole movie is super funny. And his friend and him, the antics they get into, and the way they mess with each other, and the corn, get the corn out of my face. There's so many jokes here that just work brilliantly to me. And he still works in his goofy singing songs and stuff. Everything works. And Ana de la Reguera, I think is her name, the girl who plays the nun that he has a thing
sister
for.
that comes in
sister,
from...
Right. All of it, just top to bottom. Very, very funny. When they go to Ramsey's party and they have to fake being part of the band just to be close to him. All of it, just genius. And it's a good look into the world of the luchador, where they never take their mask off in public, and they have to present it a certain way, and what that carries, what kind of respect that carries. And I like that they didn't clean up the gym, like where a wrestling luchador competition would be in Mexico is going to be in a dingy gym with barely any lights on. It's going to look that way with that crazy fan of his there as well. So all of it all around, just hilarious. And the journey to get the egg or whatever it is, all of it just brilliant. He's very funny.
Okay. I have not seen fully the movie.
Okay.
Bits and pieces here and there. So
it's not for everybody. Look, I get it. It's not for everybody. But for me, I love it to pieces.
Yeah, but I enjoy a movie you didn't like, which was Casa de mi Padre.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh.
Because of the absurdity and the stupidity of it. And they lean fully into that. They're not trying to...
Yeah, they do. They certainly do. All right, well, that's our list. Let's put these things together, or our separate list, rather. Let's put it together for the show's list.
Yes, sir.
So clearly it seems like Kung Fu Panda will be number one, whatever version.
Yeah. Yeah, we might as well.
Okay.
All right. All right, so that is done. Jumanji is our next highest.
Yeah, Jumanji makes sense. Both in our number twos. Do we have anything else? High Fidelity is our 5. Does it move up to 3?
Did 2 5s beat a 3 7?
What's the 3 7?
I would say no, 3 7.
Kung Fu Panda.
No, is
School of Rock. Okay. All right.
I would say School of Rock and then
Nacho Libre. Okay. I mean, that's my number 1, right?
Yeah. All right. I was going to say because we had High Fidelity so high, but
still landing at 5.
Yeah, right where we at. That's fine.
All right.
What else? We don't have. We don't have anything else in common.
No, we don't. So
All right,
we'll
what's
have
your
to-
next ties? I got my 4, Bernie.
I got my 4, Tropic Thunder. Oh, boy. Hey, it's a perfect opportunity for me to bring out the new coin that Matthew Hasso made for us.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't even seen this.
Hold on. I'll get it right back.
Perfect.
Vamp, tell them about our next live show, man.
Well, we don't know where that is going to be exactly. So it's either Toronto, Houston, New York. We're still working on it, but we've both gotten super busy as of late, and we need you guys to fully reach out. Give us a heads up if you want to go.
Take a look at that case.
This is look at this. It's like
Canadian.
a full jeweler's case.
It's a Canadian coin.
Canadian mint.
Or
It's
Canadian
heavy.
mint, yeah.
It's heavy as all hell. Oh, so it only has Superman on it?
Well, it has to be, what's the other one?
The Queen. So it's the Queen and Superman.
Right. Who's Superman again? Me.
Yeah, so I'm the Queen?
Yeah, you're the queen.
Perfect. I look beautiful.
You do.
It's good. I'm real and you're fictitious.
Yeah, well.
You know? I control one of the most powerful countries in the world. By control, whatever. Let's not get
Yeah, I was
into
going to say, you think you have power? All right. What do we got?
It's heavy. That's for damn sure. Oh, look at who we got.
There's another weighted coin?
The old Queenie.
Oh, see, that's bullshit. God damn it, Hasso.
Look, you want to pull it out. That's why you don't fuck with royalty.
I flipped the next one. I got a feeling this is going to be the rest of the show, us flipping. All right.
What was your 4? I'm sorry. Oh, Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, yeah.
All right, next highest,
6,
which is what?
The Holiday.
I got goosebumps. Give us a flip. Give us a flip. Give it a real test drive.
Wait, all right. I got too many things here. Sorry, hold on.
All right, you do whatever you got to do here. He's going to flip. That didn't flip at all. That hovered in the air. What do you got?
Superman! I will bring it up to you so you don't
It's fine.
think I'm cheating. Superman. Nice. All right, Hasso, I'm okay. I approve this coin.
Perhaps it just comes down to whoever flips. Yours was?
The Holiday.
That's right.
What do we got last? Ooh, legitimate
one.
flip now.
And
Unless,
it's Orange County versus what?
what number's your Orange County?
7.
Oh, it makes it because School of Rock was my 7. So next highest I had was
okay.
King Kong at 8. So there we go. Orange County makes the list. All right, let's do this thing. Well, I think the coin worked out.
It's very nice,
Thank you,
Mr.
Hasso.
Hasso. To give that back, put it back in its special
Yeah,
container.
there
There
you
you
go.
are,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, let's do this thing. The top 10 Jack Black films, yeah. Ooh, at number 10.
Orange County.
At number 9.
Goosebumps.
At number 8.
The Holiday.
At number 7.
Tropic Thunder.
At number 6.
Bernie.
At number 5.
High Fidelity.
At number 4.
Nacho Libre.
At number 3.
School of Rock.
At number 2.
Jumanji.
And our number 1 Jack Black film is...
Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2.
Hey, oh, that's right. We cheat. It's our list. We can do that.
We can. And then here is David Mitchell Baker's.
Oh, yeah.
After this, we've got our shout-outs.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
DMB writes, sorry to hear about the technical issues again, but huge thanks for still choosing my topic. It's so great to be able to support the show, and I hope you guys got a great show out of the topic and enjoyed discussing the filmography of one of my favorite actors, top 10 Mumai, hashtag, pardon me, top 10 Mumai. At number 10, The Muppets.
The Muppets. Oh, yeah. I guess that
Number
counts.
9, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Oh, my God.
8, Orange County. 7, King Kong.
Okay.
6, Jumanji. 5, The First Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
4 is Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
3 is High Fidelity. 2 is Bernie. Finally, number 1 is School of Rock.
Wow.
There you go.
All right. So no Nacho. Is Nacho Libre on there?
I just put it away. Hold
Okay.
on. You fucked with me.
I'm sorry.
No Nacho Libre.
You are so wrong here, David Mitchell Baker, but all right, I'll accept it.
He put in there he is offended by any and all racism. And that's why
Oh, there's no reason.
he chose not to. And I was like, dude, all respect to you.
With a name like David Mitchell Baker, it's an interesting hill to die on.
And I believe he's English. So it's even more.
Otalai racism, politics one man pain.
Not a problem. When we come back over to London, you get your one-man band.
That's right. All right, let's do these shout outs, Matt. You want to start us off?
No problem. Our first one is Matthew Hasso,
Andrew Hayes,
Andrew Nally,
Clay Williams,
Corey O'Connor,
David Mitchell Baker,
Boom, DMB, Drew Inns,
Mackenzie Horner,
Mike Barrington,
Robert Haley,
Wiley Todd,
Willie Logie,
Christos Alexakos,
Chris Eric Grebner,
Andrew Marker,
Andy Tan,
Angela Dashner,
Anthony Castelnova,
Ben Cartwright,
Bernie Knapp,
Bobby Carney,
Chris Lemke,
Dylan Steiner,
Drake Fromsdorf,
Ellis Menchaca,
Eric Escott,
Frank Montoya,
George Menchaca,
James Leggett,
Jason Bradshaw,
Jeremy Metz,
Jeremy, Joe Fairley,
John Dowse,
Joseph Burtwhistle,
Josh Mabry,
Keith Fitzgerald,
Kevin Fuss,
Kevin Hills,
Kristen Kurtz,
Lawrence Witt,
Lewis Berrigan,
Mark Fawcett,
and finally, Mark Menchaca,
right on, Matt Hall,
Mitchell Burrell,
Niall Blackie,
Paul Cree,
Reese Seaborn,
Ryan Nem,
Sean Naughton,
Steve Schluckebeyer,
Stephen Boyd,
Student Giant Fernando,
The Blast from Our Past podcast,
Timothy Berg,
TJ Starman,
Tyler Spots,
Zach Butts,
Adelardo Fuente,
Alex Ramsey,
Aaliyah Moore,
Elia, Ahmad Ali,
Andreas Kronstad,
Andres Mendoza,
Anthony George,
April Rybacki,
Asa Denning,
Ben Quirk,
Ben Archambault,
Blake Jensen.
Brandon Marsalis Summers,
That's a great name. Brian Akins,
Cameron Belgrade,
Chris Cabrera,
Chris Consiglio,
Chris Judge,
Christopher McIntyre,
Cody Seal,
Cody Markham,
Dan Culbertson,
Dan Petraglia,
Dan Somerville,
Daniel Chaput,
Daniel McCarty,
Danielle Kelly,
Darren Bush,
Deborah
hey
Torres,
Deborah, Derek Tang,
Drew Burkhardt,
Dwayne Joseph Burke,
Dylan Bueller Dempsey,
Dylan Johnson,
Dylan Yoon,
Ed Buskirk,
Edward Dobbins,
Elijah York,
Eric Bloor,
Eric Bouchard,
Eric Stevenson,
Gareth Weldon,
Garrett Bates,
Ian Brick, Beltran Lopez,
James Appleby,
Jamie Des, DC,
Janvia Canazar,
Jason Liao,
Jeff Knutson,
Jeff Saliba,
JC317,
Jim W.,
Joe Ibarra,
Joe McPhee,
Joey Anthony,
John Keefe,
Jonathan Chase,
Joseph Viola,
Josh Pellerin,
Josh Sachs,
Joshua Damash,
Johanna Linaverta,
Keith Archer,
Kevin Shaw,
Kristen Smith,
hey Kristen, Christia Veselchik,
Lindsay Toll,
Louis Carizales,
Marcel Behrman,
Matt Hannigan,
Matt Yund,
Maurice Robinson,
MF Doom,
Michael McDade,
Michael Schmurr,
Nathan Leonard,
Nicholas Smith,
Nizar Al Abbasi,
Noel Kelleher,
Pat Buffamonte,
Peter Bellin,
Peter Ross,
Phil Morissette,
Phil Neglia,
Philip Renshaw,
Rachel Silvestrini,
Ravi Prasad,
Reagan Lovig,
Rob Harris,
Roque Orellana,
Ruben Enriquez,
Ryan M. Brandos,
Sam Bateman,
Sarah McCracken,
Scott Zarnecki,
Shane Noble,
Simon Brouillard,
Spencer Freightway,
Tim Begg,
Tim Franco, what's up, Tim?
Tim Cascuba,
Wayne Murphy,
AJ Barrera,
Aaron Carroll,
Abby Lugo,
Alan Bennett,
Alec Musial,
Alexander Mulari,
Alexander Marzonia,
Alex Andre Constantinescu,
Andrew Herbs,
Andrew O'Day,
Andy Ortiz,
AZ Badfish,
Blair Simpson,
Brandon Caridi,
Charlie McKenna,
Chelsea Lewis,
Chris Jones,
Dale Varley,
Dan Nye,
pretty son of a bitch, David Gregson,
Dimitri Malat.
DJ Red Hot Cox.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes. I remember we got a good laugh out of that one the last time we did these shout-outs,
Yes,
baby.
yes, true.
Eric Messick,
Even Evan Bistram,
Evan Zoller,
Giancarlo Simonetta,
Grecia Romero,
Houston Bodley,
Ian Horner,
Jacob Pullen,
James Winstead,
Jason Taylor,
Jeff Peters,
Jen Kemp,
Jim Payne,
Joe H.Y.,
Johannes Schmidt,
John Holloway,
Jordan Wiltshire,
Josh Lawrence,
Josh Murphy,
Joshua William,
Joshua Wynn,
Juan Reyes,
Julian Key,
Catherine Samuels,
Ken Reels,
Kim Lahiff,
Kyle Spahn,
Laura Deverson,
Luke Allison,
Luke Larson,
Magali Dore,
Mark Amorosi,
Mason Merritt,
Matt Chippig,
Matthew Lee Cravens,
Megan Bjork,
Mike D'Argenio,
Mike Shea,
Nathan Williams,
Nick Dornoff,
Patrick Campbell,
what's up, PJ, Patrick Zamora,
Philip Lane,
Ricky Rivers,
Rob McDonald,
Rodrigo Valverde III,
Ryan McKenna,
Scott Kohler,
Seamus Braytag,
Sean Scott,
Seth Shearer,
Stacy Flores,
Stephen Armstrong,
the Cinephiles, thank you, Steve,
Thomas Price,
Thomas Streeton,
Thorsten Amuller,
Timothy R. Williams,
Wiley Stem,
and Will Morse. There it is.
thank you to each and every one of you. And
Yes.
to DMB, thank you for the topic for the second time. You managed to come up with 2 ones we liked. We'll save the other one for another day.
Yes.
We thank you for that one. We enjoyed that topic. That was a really good show.
It was.
And now it is lost to the sands of time.
Yes, we've had 2 of our shows get lost in the sands of time, but maybe there's a reason for that. So I'll try to think positively about it. Sorry, I'm still coughing. I'm still getting past this thing. I apologize.
So you're saying what? Either the fate or God intervened on our behalf?
The gods, the schmodown. I mean, the top 10 gods maybe intervene on our behalf. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to tighten down that bottom.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I don't think it does tighten. All right. Well, there you go. That's our top 10 Jack Black list, and shout outs and love to all y'all. We already said where to go to the Patreon, www.patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10 there. Tell them what else, man. Is there anything else?
Facebook.com/groups/the top 10 show with the number 10. And you can join any of the live cities, Toronto, New York, Houston.
Ooh, yeah.
Not sure what, where exactly. We're close. We're close, especially in Toronto. We only need really a handful more people.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick a venue because you're almost at Chicago numbers.
Yeah.
And then Houston, please keep sending them in. We get, a few emails every day.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to basically line up the right venue, line up the right time of year because now there's no point in coming in the middle of the summer.
Right.
It's going to be too damn hot.
Yes. Agreed.
And we've already been advised from numerous Texan individuals saying, you might as well just wait till October.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good to know. Maybe even November. Who knows? But it's hot as shit through July, August, and sometimes September. And you're like, listen, if Texas thinks it's hot,
good point.
it's like when Arizona thinks it's hot. You know what I mean? That means it's fucking hot.
Yeah, true.
It's like, I just want to go from one AC environment to the next AC environment because it's just, the sun is...
It's too much.
It's just pimp slapping you. Yeah. It is.
Fair point.
It is. But anyway, so we're working on those. But thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed that new recorder.
Yeah.
It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah. See, tell us what we sound like on this new recorder. You can follow Matt at Matt Nost. Follow me at The Roca Says. See all the stuff we're doing. Give some love to the Cinephiles. And what else? Anything else? Oh,
nope.
The Geek Buddies, if you want. But other than that, we're good to go. And we will talk to you next time on the Top 10 Show.
Adios.